Good morning, my burros. We are on day 5, I believe, and we're doing this F100 wiring cab project. It's been a long ways coming to get it to this stage, and we're kind of on the final road to clean it all up and get it looking good. The outside is currently all looking good. All the wiring here is routed perfectly in a nice little harness, one branch coming all the way down, and it splits off. And the front's got a couple of looms that are good. And now this inside mess is what's left. So that's just the update. Just if you haven't seen any of these videos, I put one every other day just to keep it updated and get this all documented so I have it. If you don't like wiring, then you're going to want to probably skip forward and not watch this video. Check out some of the other stuff we got going on. Relays and breakers on that system, AC and windows, and then the switch to turn it all on. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day. Thanks for watching. As always, leave me comments. Let me know what you want to see more of, what you don't want to see, and but don't say no wiring, because that's what we're doing. I'm not going to stop posting wiring videos till this truck's done and driving, and then we'll post driving videos all day long. So this is the AC system. This is the trigger wire that goes through to the front, and it connects with a spade to the thermostat, which goes about there. So I just put a little DT connector because I'm going to loom this up in its own harness. That'll be a little branch that pops off, and we'll route it up under there. And then these are the relays. It's got a DTP power in, and then this one is mislabeled, but now this goes to the unit, to the vintage air. So I'll put a new label on that, and then this one goes to the switch. That's it, done. So I just got to do basically what I did yesterday with the windows for all the power running up there and the grounds. And similar thing, I'm going to put it over there. I wasn't going to try to put it down here, but there's so much room up under there. And that's already running there. It's better just to have it all in one place. It'll be way cleaner. This is going to be the AC ground. And it's running through this DTP4, 25 amps, 50 amps. The circuit's 30. So I figured I'm going to split the pins on the positive and the negative just to be safe, and it'll run through, and then it's going to ground again in the center. It's basically the same as the wipers, just using a DTP on the connector. So I'll keep you guys going. I just did another one with the SCL, super strong, and I'll probably put another heat shrink over the whole top and then tape it up. So this isn't going anywhere. I used another one of those inline splices. I don't have any brass ones that are big enough. I like to use those for the splits, but this is all I've got that in that size. And then I crimped them down with these big guys. And then I printed out this little chart, and I'm going to put this online also, so it's like a cheat sheet. Just because I've been keep going back and forth and double guessing myself, second guessing myself. So here you go. Everything's there. So I'll put a link to that too if you guys want it, if anyone's interested. As usual, if you have any questions, let me know. Leave some comments. I'm trying to keep this going, and we'll see how we end up. Running the same thing as I did for the windows. So it goes to the big wire into 3 little ones through that DT12. Just again, so I'm staggered these splices so that if they ever did come apart, it wouldn't short out. So that's a good practice. And what I normally would do them close to the end in the boot, but because it's there's a big turn right there, and it's going to be pretty tight, I didn't want to bend and have this splice bent. So this is on a nice straight run, and then I'll put a big piece of heat shrink over both of these because they enter into the console here, and it's going to be pretty short. So I want to have that nice and subtle and nice and flexible with just normal Raychem in there, and then a little bit of a hard boot on the end. So that's it's a little bit of a run, and that's AC power. Give me a little minute to heat shrink this up and just finish the last connectors on the ground, and I think we should plug it in and we'll get it going. These 3 wires here, the grounds, and we're going to put them in here. Fits good. Then we got this, the big guy, because it's too big for the mini splice. Get those in there nice, and then give it a good splice down. It's pretty good. I always give it a little test. So Basically these are for 10 gauge, but I did 3/14 on one side and the 10 on the other. We're gonna put that SCL again, and then I'll put a loop, a service loop on these before they go into the pins. Everybody loves a good heat shrink. Alright, I got everything plugged in. Here's the switches. This is apparently the temperature control, which we never really use, we just have it on. And I heard the front condenser. And there's high. She's blowing. That's beautiful. Probably tape this up and then I think it's good. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, you definitely hear it in the front. That's coming on. That's the little signal that goes down here through the bulkhead. So I think we're good. I'm gonna put some spacers in here so it's not shorting like that. It was jumping over, I don't know why. So set this end first. And this stuff is 4:1, I believe. Either 3:1 or 4:1, so it shrinks down a lot. Don't worry about it if it looks crazy at the start. The outside, but I like them shrunk under there because then you know that the glue is all melted under there. So there it is. I'm gonna put one more label on and then I'm gonna repin it out and I'll show you the. And I don't know if I'm gonna put boots. I think so. As we remember, the boot will slide there. She'll seal up and we'll be good to go. So one more to go. This is just your regular old DT4, and let me just check the boot again. Yeah, it'll fit over that, no worries. And it'll be a nice long one there. Yep. There's the little seal in the back. And then I just gotta check the numbers. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so let's boot these up and let's see that it works. Let me just double check. 1, 2. I read that you should use the largest possible size DR25 that will fit snug when it's fully recovered, which means it has the thickest sidewall of the rubber. So just another thing I've learned that I can try to pass on. So I used to try to find the smallest piece, but then it was always a pain to slide it over. And this stuff is 2:1 ratio, so it recovers half the size. So here you go. This is a DT4 and a boot that I think is maybe 1 inch. 1 inch heat shrink, a tune, but it's a big one. But you wait and see what happens. You won't be able to start at this end and get it seated on the lip. Keep it centered. Keep moving. Keep moving. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Now watch. There you go. It's a beautiful boot that didn't cost $20. That's probably a... I want to show you one more reason to use good wire. Like, this is the wire that was in there, and it's just a signal for the ground for the switches, so I can't really bother switching it, but it's so hard to pin out. You push this in, it just bends like that, whereas you get some of this. You know, this is the same gauge, and it's just super solid and easy to pin through. So at the worst case, get the TXL wire. You don't have to get Tefzel, which is, if you're using small connectors like mil spec, you might want the Tefzel because it's a thinner plastic. But even with these, it's this stuff, it's just horrible. I'm gonna have to use a tool, whereas the other ones I can just do it by hand. So I just wanted to point that out about the advantage of good wire. Not to mention it probably gets hot and it probably isn't heat resistant. So the harness all heat shrinked up, and that does the windows and the AC. All the power runs through there. So this is final. You can see it's the Raychem. Just got to trim it up here for where it terminates in, but that's good. So now I can really start. I'm going to need bigger P-clamps, that's for sure, but I can really start zip tying that stuff down, and it's not coming out again. That's it, done. AC works. You can hear the relays. So that's good news. And then the windows also work. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope I'll bring you some more updates soon. I'm gonna shut her down now for the day. It's about 6:30. I've been out here since about noon, 1 o'clock. So 5 hours, not bad. This is the relay box. I need to just, the switch is on a different harness, so going back out. So I gotta probably trim that down so this sits all nice and flush. Nice to get everything kind of into a branch today, and it'll be able to stay there forever now. So again, thanks for checking it out.